Hi everybody, hope you're all well. Mindful Moodling will be starting in a few minutes. Well, you know how early I am. Anyway, just bear with me, the video's about to start soon. Thanks, bye. Hello, I'm not expecting anybody today, and I'm just waiting. I think the only two people are on here are robots. I'm only joking, but there's, Facebook kicking me out again. Anyway, I was so rudely kicked out yesterday. So I thought I'd come back and just do some other stuff just to finish it off because it looked really rubbish yesterday. So I'll show you where we got to yesterday. We did some weaving and I was using some paper weaving and I quite like the back of this actually. But it was meant to be the front, but I actually quite like that as well. But, the paper weaving itself is really, everyone on it and the mother or whatever they say used to do this years ago, and I quite like the idea of it. So I went ahead and I got the other bit. Oh no, I did this bit. Oh no, to show you that you can do it in page. So in page, what I mean by that is you can cut all the strands into your page without chopping the ends off, and then do a bit of paper weaving that way, which is really cool because then you've got like a band to go. So it's really quite easy. You can have like a warp and weft thread, and you can use and this is what I didn't get to show you. You can use a little bit of a heddle stick, so you can actually stand up the odds and evens, and it's easier for you to pick them. You just keep it in and turn it, keep it in and turn it, and that's how weaving goes. I used to weave, but believe it or not, at Quarrybank Mill. Right, so what I also thought was, let me take you through some other things that take this a little bit out of the ordinary. And that is when we've done, I really like that though. It's really cool, isn't it? Because it's got that gold in it. So then we can think of other textures. So this is a page on Mixed Media, and it is free for my Patreons. Level 3, M3, members 3. And it is a full workshop on using colour and making backgrounds. That's already been made. And I've also made for my Patreons a little thing. So if you're a Patreon and you haven't been notified, you should do. Oh, it's a bit battered, that. I made these just to show you, and I've not finished this. I've smudged that. And this is based on the quilling of Klimt as well, and how I just separated a part of it. It's still wet in parts, you can see. But there's a little 10-minute video of how to do that on my Patreon site. But yeah, it's really simple how I do it. Little tips, really easy to do. This lesson is actually on my website, louwithers.com, and you can see it there. And I'm going to link it later because I did a couple. But I've got these little bags, and I like to keep my little bags together. So in here I've got all my extra quills, which I am going to use on my Mixed Media. So I just thought we're quilling, which is one way, and now we're weaving. And these are all basically things that you wouldn't necessarily think of straight away. And I just thought this paper would be amazing for it. You could just add like strips of this paper and get it like these with the writing and stuff. So then I went on to this. Oh, you can see I've been busy. And I got kicked off as well, which really annoyed me because I had loads planned, but maybe it was for a reason, eh? Maybe it was a reason. So then what I decided to do was cut some shapes out. So you can see I made a right boo-boo. And I thought, right, what does it look like when I cut these out? And I move papers away. So we've got this. And then I can just weave. Do you get me? So what I could do is weave underneath it and just see where I want it. So I could say I like gold there. And really just go for it. So you could do the big version like this. And I'm not going to be ages sucking eggs, whatever you say, like that. So I could then go, right, okay, I really like that on there, and get down a bit. I just isolate where I want these patterns to be, like that. So I picked it where I want to be, but I am going to finish this. I'm getting really good. I'm getting to finish everything. It's really cool. So the other one is this, but I think there's another better way of doing it, and I quite liked it. And I thought, yeah, I really quite like that. I like the idea. Let me move it up for you. I like the idea of it being visible, colours, you know, but I think it's too colourful for what I want. And I think it's too busy. I like it. I really like it, but I think it's too busy. And it's not what I want for Klimt's work. And you're okay to do that. You really are, because that's the best part about it. It's your work. You're doing it in the style of, but you're not copying. You're making it your own. Now that way, I really find intriguing. So I'm quite happy doing it that way. And then just seeing where I need it. Do I need it a bit higher, a bit lower? Does it want that in or that in? And if I need be, I will put another line on it there, like that. And then there's another one as well, which I thought, right, well, I like the idea of Klimt in the background, Klimt like that. So I'm going to do two. So I thought that's going to be one exercise, but now I'm going to show you another one. So I've got here a piece of black paper card, and I'm just going to take a Stanley knife. Right? Why don't that one lock? Is it rubbish or something? No, it's a match. My pen or whatever. So I'll get rid of it while I'm doing this. And I'm just going to look at my inspiration. And my inspiration was Klimt's. It was like very simple pattern of oblongs and squares, but quite linear. And it just sort of, I'm not doing it in the middle. I'm doing it offset. So it's going to be here, and then maybe even here. So what are these lines? These lines are going to be cut lines, okay? So these lines will enable me to sort of cut where I want and then weave. That's the idea, okay? Oh, I haven't said hello. There's some people in, but... Hello, Jenny. Hi, Glenys. Hi, Karen. Oh, hello. Linda, hello. Hey. Yes, I do, Glynis. But that's another set. So I thought, right, okay. So I'm only doing it light, so I've got this. So I thought, okay, let me just start as I mean to go on. And I did have this bit, which might be easier to work to get the idea, but we'll try this first. So in here, I'm going to cut 4. Sorry, it's doing it again. It's the end of my pencil. Hi, Sue. And then here, I'm going to cut like that. So I don't want them all, and I want them isolating. So I think there's going to have to be odds and evens, if that makes sense. Now, come on down. The price is right. So I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to get 2 here. I'm not going to be straight with it. So I've got 3. We'll see if 3 works. And then here, through you, didn't I? Right, so I've got wibbly lines, and I'm not cutting them all the way through, but this is, you know, I can have it that way then if I wish. If it's going to work, it'll work better that way. So I might just put another one here, like that, and then see how we go. So what I was thinking is, we've got the black card, which will really help us with the colouring, and then we've got the light bit. So even though I've cut it that way, I can rub them lines out if I want. I can just start now. Weaving. Now, because this is card, it's going to have a different effect. So I'm conscious of that. But it's so easy to do and so easy to sort of show how to do it. And we can do a bit of gold like that. Splash of red. Now, I'm going to turn it round in a minute and just show you what it looks like the other side, because you've got either or here. Either or. Karen, you was talking about the F1 yesterday. That's not what I've got, my love. I've not got the F1. That's not the one I'm doing. I thought when you said that, I thought, nobody's got it. How does Karen know that? Right, so I can put this one in. I literally can't use it at home either. It's too big. So anyway, so we've got some shapes like this happening. And they sort of look nice like that. I quite like them, but they're all on the other side. So if you're going to do that, remember that you're going to need to flip them over. I'm going to just take that out for a minute and I'm going to do it. Okay, it's got to be like that one, hasn't it? Yeah, it's got to be. Keep getting the camera's quite low today. So, and I did some others as well yesterday. Oh, what a fight in a trance trying to find out where my parcel had been left. Oh, you know, I'm not kidding you. I had the people from the company in head office saying to me, where's the parcel? I say, I don't know. It's been delivered somewhere, but not my house. So the guy had, it's just completely irresponsible. You know, they don't care, do they? It's not theirs. Anyway, I found it in the end, and the lady who had it hadn't looked at the name or anything, but she knew all about it. It's a bit strange, that, isn't it? She knew all about it. But anyway, yeah, so I managed to get it back, and yeah, my wonderful idea now is to just have a play with it and see what I can get. See how familiar I can get with it. But yeah, it's a really exciting machine. I just need to be able to use it somewhere. So it looks like I might have to go to the monastery with it, but I'm sure they won't mind. I've got a screen printing attachment with it, so, and it's a, I don't know, I don't know what it is. It's an X tool anyway, S1, not an F1, an X1. So I don't know. I think it tap dances and everything. Anyway, I'm just fapping here now. So let me go to the other side. I'm just playing about now with these. So yeah, that's better. Right, okay, so I've got that there. You don't have to do it all. And once you get up a little bit of a rhythm, you can start to be faster and only use little bits. And then I'm going to cut them squared off. So what I mean by that is I'm just going to bring these up, tighten it up here. And if you do it tighter, they don't move as much. So that one needs to go under there. Like that. There we go. And then all these bits and bobs get tidied. Once you get going, it is easy. It's just fighting about the top part. Right, so I'm just going to chop that off there. Like that. Quite like the white and black though, don't you? I'm going to give it another little bit of white just to strengthen that. So I like the blue and I like the red. I'm just going to push that under. Push it up. That goes under there. And if you use, like me, with the quilling, I used card for that, which it needs it. But this, I would say the thinner the better, really, when you're doing this, because it's easy to manipulate them. But this paper's working fine, absolutely fine. There we go. Chop that off. Again, I might use it. And I will get rid of some of them in a minute. Like the idea as well that your cut lines don't. No. Oh no, not at all. Because I can't be bothered with it if it's too straight. I might have to put another one in, Glenys, but if they're all the way up to the top, you can add whatever you want. And I'm going to add some. I might need another wavy line. But you know, if I want to put some more on, it might be that I need 3 there. So I think 3 or 5 is the magic number. That straight line at the beginning is just to give you a little idea. I don't always work to rules, do I? And it's sometimes easier to chop these down because, you know, you don't always need them that big. And there's a little trick I'll show you in a minute that I was working out. And I was like, oh, I wonder, oh, I wonder, oh, I wonder, you know, like that. And I was just like, oh, get it now, get it. So pull this down, pull that up. You start to see the wave happening now, don't you? Start to see that great pattern. Now I'm going to add a little bit more of the gold. So this time it is under, I'll use that one. Under that one. Under that one. And then it all comes undone. And you start swearing. No, you don't. You can tape them down before you've finished, but I tend to sort of only use that tape that, you know, that comes off easy, because if you don't, you find yourself a bit buggered sometimes because you can't undo it. Right, so that's to go there. You know, if you're using tape right at the beginning and you can't add a little bit of sort of manipulation to it, it just spoils it, because it's hard to sort of wiggle the others in, especially when they're curved like this. But this is half the challenge to me. This is the bit I like. This is what I'm into. This finding out about bits and thinking, oh, I wonder if I could do that. Oh, what about that? I don't like just having to conform and being stuck with one thing. I like to know whether it can be done different ways, and I know you lot do as well. So I quite like that. I think I'm not too sure whether I need some white in it now just to break that up. Yeah. So I'm going to use the opposite side. Oh no, hang on, this is a bit of glitter. Might put a bit up there. I'll put white on this side. So this is cream. No, I don't like that side. So it's over and under. I'll pull that one up in the middle. Push that in. And it stops here. So it sort of stops there. And you can jiggly pokery around. It sort of stops there. But the shape you can start to see. Right, another bit here. It's finished there, so it will just be here. So I might just do some more there. So it would be. Oh, it's finished there as well. So it would just be these two then. That's over and under there. By not having the lines at the same height, sort of changing the, like these are only two, so it starts to change it a little bit, which that's cool. There's only two lines cut that way, so you get. I'm going to try thingy next. The you know, the paper things. What are they called? Folding, iris folding. I used to like that. I'm just going to pull that. Okay. Bit more white because we've not got any white here. We've got a bigger white bit. Oh, I've got that gold bit there. That'll do. Right, so this one goes over and under. This is the card I was using for my quilling. It's got a core through it, so it's. Oh, that's why it's like that. It's got a core through it, so it's actually when you quill with it, it really helps the other to keep the shape nice. So here I'm just going to go I don't want to cut through it, you see, so get it? So I'm cutting that line. Get that, I'm cutting the edges of the line to fit so that it's much neater. Now I can always change them. Can always change them. If I don't like what I've done, I can just whop a little load off or put a bit here and there. So I've got it to that, and I quite like the back again. I like the back again. It's got that shape there. Now all I'm going to do with this is not too much because I don't want to spoil the shape. Is just I don't want to get any glue out of it, which I have there, which annoys me. So a little tiny blob of glue, And then if you want to get these really straight, all I would suggest you do is put them under a book or something to just put a toothpick or anything, a little pick, pokey tool. But the difference between this and ordinary stuff is you'd cut the lines straight, and I haven't wanted to. I've wanted to keep those lines sort of, I don't know whether that's a little bit too big. Oh, let me see. No, I'll stay with it. A little bit, I'll cut it there. I'll stick it there. Aha! Aha! That's why it don't look right. I'm like, no, that don't look right, don't look right. It should be under. Under! Yes, sausage there. That's right. Now it looks right. I'm like, what's going on here? I might chop that off a little bit to neaten it up. That's better. Oh no, it's not. It's come out. There we go. That's better. Yeah, that's better. I'm really loving doing this. Really loving it because it gives me all the chances that I used to do years ago with. Why have I got onto that there? Yeah, that's what we'd call the heddle. Glynis, anything. We'd call that the heddle, and the heddle is the band that separates up and down. So let me show you on here. So that, all you'd need to do is just, you see it? You put it on its side, and then you can just, that's the heddle, and that separates it. So you can just slip through, and then you pull down and turn it over, and you could do it the other way. It's just really easy to just do it like that, and then you know what you've got to do. You've got another heddle there, you put another one in with the other one, and then you turn that one up. Do you get me? So you'd go the same, but you go in and out the opposite way, turn that one up and thread. That's the heddle. Not that you need to know. Not that you need to know, but that's the principles of weaving. So I just like, we could use like twice the size like that as well. So if you want to create, no, I'm not too sure about that. I think if I had that, yeah, because it doesn't have to be the whole shape. It could just be one or two. So let's see if I can just do the two, see what it looks like. If it looks a bit naff, I won't do it. Put a bit of this in. This is just another way of paper weaving. It's just how I would go about saying to students, right, okay, this is the basic technique. Well, how I always work. I give you the basic technique and then off you go. So you don't have to have them. You know, you can have, I really love that shape now. So when we've got that, we can you can die cut squares and put squares over. If I wanted to straighten it up, I could just by putting that on and doing a die cut. I'll show you this. You know, I could do another one over the top. So we've got that. But this I really like. And if you don't want that, you could add another bit in a window at the bottom. You know what I mean? You could chop it there, and that's enough. So let's see. Well, what do we do with this now? Well, there's an easy answer, and let's just take it one step further. Well, you could, Karen, but it would fall apart a little bit. I wouldn't necessarily do an intricate one. I would probably do something a little bit less intricate. What I'm going to do with this, though, is you should really glue the back down as well. You could try, Karen. I mean, you don't need to ask me, do you? You have a go. You know what I'm like. I always tell you that. Have a go. You know, don't wait for someone to tell you what to do. You have a go. If it works out, then you can tell them. That's what it's about. It's not about asking permission. Although I get what you mean. As an idea, yeah, you could use the bumblebee. It'd be thank you for thinking of it. But yeah, it's I love this tape. So we've got our bases down. Now, hopefully I have shown you some more than you already knew. If I haven't, I'm sorry, but not sorry. Okay. So we've got this, and I have got some shapes that I like in this. I want to take it one step further. So there's a couple of things I can do. I can add some quilling. So see how it falls? It just, oh, I love that. Look at that. So see how it falls? I can just put a sort of little do for here, technical term, a little shape. I don't want them too similar though. That's the only thing. But the tree branch is quite similar. So for that you would sort of put your tree branches on, and this one I quite like because I've made it my own and I've done some double quilling on it. So I've gone back, can you see? And the easy way of doing that one, it's quite simple that, but it doesn't look as easy as it is. So what you do is you do it like that. It's a bit harder to do, but you can do it with your tweezers, no problem. You put it inside, but you twist it double. So you're doing two at once. And then what happens is when you pull it apart, better with card, one will flick one way and the other will flick the other way, you know, like that. But with card it works. And then I can do that on it as well. So I could fit these into there. I could put that there. That looks like the tree. I could just do a line, and I could do the branches, so I could fit the branches on the top. So, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it all, but I'm just going to show you some. So this is to make up for yesterday because I was so annoyed at that. So I've got a little bit of glue there, hopefully just in screen. And I'm going to pick up some of my curls. And if you have got a quilling set, you can, it's really easy to get the, I got mine for $5.99 from the range. There are cheaper ones available, but I've got all this in it. All that for $5.99 plus all the things for $5.99. Now, if you want to keep it central, I'm not using that then, am I? If you want to keep it central, well, it's best to glue it. So, and then use the little tool that they've got in there, and all that does is keep it central, or keeps the shape. So you say I want a 10mm circle, you just put it in a 10mm circle, let it unfold and glue it like that. And then I'm just gonna, this would be great noughts and crosses, this, wouldn't it? So I can put one on there, which is on the silver, the gold. Some smaller ones, cut them, or in my case, rip them off, and then just put a little bit there. This is great for kids. It really is great for the kids because there's all sorts of patterns you can do. But it's not just great for kids, it's great for us. And then when I'm gluing, I use my tweezers. Let's see, where do I want it? I don't want to start doing it like really too much like that. I just want it to be quite random, and which is quite difficult. Now when you get one like this, just go back with it, tighten it up and make a really tight spiral just by rolling and then pulling. But this is card, so it doesn't always want to do what you want it to. So perhaps even bringing it like that, but I'll put that there. But I don't want it starting to look like a blooming fingerboard drafts. So maybe I'm going to leave it as that for now. I've got some more because it's addictive. This is a cool one. Look at this. It's one piece of paper that I kept twisting. Right. So on here now, I don't even know whether I want that because I'm going to do some roses. So I need to cut this really. Have I not got a red piece left? I must have. I must have. I haven't, have I? Oh, red piece. Yeah, let's get it. Result. I want to do the roses. Good year for the roses. Oh, that Facebook will kick me off any minute. Any minute, I'll be like, right, robot. Right. Oh, this paper's great. It's got like a weave in it. So get me twiddler. I've got one that I've had from Sizzix Tools years ago, so keep that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do like the rose. So really give it a good, that's it. And then I'm just going to squash it because I don't want it perfect. So first, I'm going to put a bit of glue there. And if you do want an odd shape, the board that I got has got all those on it. More like flowers and stuff. Then so we've got a red there. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, we'll do another one there. So I've turned the red to the outside. You can turn the red to the inside. Let it spring open, or use your board. A little bit of glue. Hold it. And give it a bit of a manipulation. That's it. Sometimes you need to help it by holding it with your tweezers. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you didn't think it was going to be rubbish after yesterday, which I can understand why. I'm going to show you the outside, inside, like the red the other way now, which you get that, which is slightly different. But I like it the other way, so I'm going to twizzle it the other way. Now, don't forget what I did yesterday. I painted a lot of these papers so that I had nice sort of contrast with my papers. I'm just going to let this open up a little bit more. Put my pen in, my glue in. Give it a little bit of a... And because I don't go right to end, you get that right, really nice little tight spot there. There we go. I'm learning to use my tweezers better now as well. Aha, it's coming together now. Coming together right now. Right, okay, so I've got a bit of blue. And this is all, I've not finished. Oh, I have, I'm lying. I have finished 2 A4 pieces of paper and 1 12 by 12 to do this, which isn't a lot, is it? The only piece of paper I've completely finished is the gold card. The rest I've still got 3/4 of. There's a blue. And there is another blue. And I cut them all on guillotine. You're not going to get them as neat as the quilling cuts when you can cut them on a big die machine. But if you haven't got one of them, which is not really likely always, is it, that people have got one of them, that you can... oh, I thought you had a blue one. It was flashing then, and it can't have been that flashing. Then quilling just at random levels Really does help. So I'm just going to undo this, and I'm just going to pull it back a bit, undo it all, and then let it come back. Because I want it a little bit bigger, but not too much. So, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there, tighten it up, squeeze it a bit. So we've got some nice light little teardrops, but you can get all sorts of shapes. I'm just fitting them in that shape there. A little bit of glue. Years ago, we'd be calling this paper engineering. Do you remember? We used to call it paper engineering when people made a 3D card or a kinetic card. They'd be like, paper engineering. Got to give it a posh name. So we've got lots of height. That needs sticking there a bit more. And that there. Now, if you painted papers, you wouldn't have that white showing. You would have, obviously, the gold. If it was gold, or the painted colours, if it was a painted colours. So I'm just going to now bring that there. Now the reason I've got different heights is because I quite like that. I quite like it. And I'm sure if Klimt did like 3-dimensional stuff, some of his gold would have been 3D as well. So I'm just enlarging one, giving it a bit of a, hold it with my tweezers till it dries. Push that one there. And I've got another one here that I might just accentuate that so it's sort of longer, or I could just add that's too much, looks like Thingy's wig hairspray. So if I do it, no, it's got to be this one, I think. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue there. Didn't know I could craft clean, you know. Wow, the sky is black and it's white and black. It looks like snow. Well, it wouldn't surprise me in the blooming least. Why not? We've had everything else. Right, so I'm finishing there. Not the whole thing, I'm finishing that bit. So this will be available for anybody to see who missed me getting clobbered yesterday off Facebook. But yeah, we've got all that shape and dimension. So this is yet another form of looking at Klimt's work. And I'm just going to see if I can get this pen that I ruined yesterday. It's full as well. Oh. I'll use that one, and this would be another one, and this would be another one. That might not work. That's white. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just now going to go in with some work. Oh, can't see you. Let's see, has anyone got any comments? Yes, and Linda, absolutely. Absolutely. It's brilliant. That's why I was, you know, hoping that I get to show it you. So here, I hope you can see that. I'm drawing some of the blue. Three-dimensionally and then two-dimensionally on it. So it gives you this and just on that square, so it gives you this difference. You can add a little bit on the blue actually, change the look, and then get the white. And I'm just doing it where the black would be, like that. So we've got some of these are a bit duff, but you can always, even if they're a bit duff like that, don't worry about them, because I haven't glued everything, I can redo the middle look and make it much nicer just by getting my tweezers in and give it a good twirly gig like that, and it makes it much neater. So don't worry if it looks a bit. So here, I'm going to turn it round, and I'm just going to look at there was a pattern, wasn't there? So it's a very thin pattern, but it's taking account of the black squares. So you can add, you know, patterns to this, and then if you bring it to the bottom where that is, like that, it looks like we've got wavy patterns coming in there as well. And then we could do the opposite here. Just circles. I mean, I'm condensing all this so that you've got an idea of it, but you can just do any patterns you want. I quite like the idea of just having simple patterns that we build up within these. That actually look like the part of the weaving, and they're not. Well, they are, but they're not, if that makes sense, because they're actually done on the card after it's been woven. And this is yet another look at it. I mean, I really love doing this. This is fantastic for me because I've got yet another pattern to build up and another feather to my bow, so to speak. And you can, you know, accentuate these as well. So if I wanted to, I could put a little bit of white where it, and then dark where it is the opposite way. So, and you get to build up like the pattern. Okay, and then I'll build up some spirals on here. And obviously you could go in with sparkly pens and all sorts. I don't know what this one is. Is it right? Don't know. No idea. Oh, we've got a sparkly one here. So I'm joining in the shape like that. So that pattern shape is. So I think you've got the idea. Lesson 5, quilling was lesson 4, but then quilling and adding paper weaving, you know, and then when you put the rest of it on, I mean, we could add, you know, all sorts to, you know, just doesn't look right yet, but what we could add 3-dimensional pieces to it. You could add 2D if I wanted to chop that out and just apply that to the top, which might look nice. Get rid of that, cut it. You can use the scissors. Let me just get rid of that, see what it looks like. Because make it so I'm just following the lines, and you can always chop it with a pair. Oh, chop it with a pair of scissors like that. Scissors to cut that would be better. So you've got your shape, and then you could apply your shape next to it, sort of around it. That way, which looks smart. Quite like that. So that it's now, it's got this paper swirls on it, but it's also got your checkers on it. So I hope, oh, sorry, Linda, you've been on there a while. So I hope now we've had another hour. I hope that's given you a few ideas. I hope you've enjoyed that extra bit. And, you know, the people who are on my Patreon and others, you know who you are, they have just got a little bit of a download of a video of on how to do this, which is so achievable. But I really do actually like that now. I think that looks quite cool. I'm not too sure whether I actually like these on them now, but I think that's because of the real big height issue with this. So if I whap them off, that's better already. That's better already. And maybe if the red one's there, or another gold one, just to if I just do that, pull that back in, push that in, and then push that to it. There we go. That's better. That makes me happier. That makes me much happier. In fact, that happy, got to stick it down. And I didn't think about having that to the top. I thought about having that to the bottom. So it just shows you. Leave your mind open to stuff. And there's maybe a little one in there that's needed. And I'd continue that there. Little one there. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe. Let me have got a diddy widdy one just to finish it before you go. Yeah, diddy widdy one on its way. And although these aren't all the right size, it really doesn't matter because, tell you why, they're all of similar height. That's better. And then what you can do is get your tools in, if you wish. Oh, it's stuck, that's why. give it a twist with your tools like that. There we go. And it's all, oh, come on. You see how I twisted it there with my tools? And it looks miles better. And you can continue this now. So I'm really happy with that, because I think it's given you lots of ideas, and it's not necessarily what you would normally do. But I don't like doing what you normally do. And I think those people who prefer to stay clean might like this as well. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed going back to basics and really sort of using the skills I've forgotten about. So I will see you next week. Now, I am working in a fortnight at Doncaster, so it won't be on a Friday, but I'm hoping that next Friday I can go back to a Friday for you, because I know Pam said she liked a Friday, and I know it's better if it's every consistent days, and then you can always sort of plan on it or whatever. But yeah, so get your quilling out. Don't forget everything we've said. We've got our paper. We've got our, back weaving. We've got weaving different sizes. We've got weaving different pages, cutting out weaves, putting out shapes that might do the moodle, Then let's have a look at this on here. All sorts. Wow, look at that. You know what I mean? It's away. Who's that? Oh, but yeah, so I've cut elements, I could chop that bit off there and have that sitting on there, which I think would look super good. But I'm not going to do that, because I quite like that. I quite like that. And I like that. And I like that. So I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to say ta-ra for now. But I'm hoping you're enjoying these lessons. And I hope they're better than you thought they were going to be, in a good way. Because, I've learned a few things teaching that I can pass on to you. And you can then pass on to your confidence. I've noticed a couple of people saying that they're teaching mooling. That I'm not happy with, because it's mine, copyright sort of thing. But I'm happy for you to teach whatever you want, but please don't refer to it as teaching moodling, because that's me. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that, because I've noticed a few people saying they're teaching moodling. No, I'm very generous, but I'm not that generous, if that makes sense. I don't want to give my name away. All right, so I'm going to love you and leave you there, and hopefully next Friday. So the Patreons will get a shot of this. The video will be there for you, and you will see me next week, hopefully on Friday, where I can do this and really, get to the next stage, and then we can have a final piece where we do homework, and you have to come up with your own piece. So I will see you next week. I'm at Highlights this weekend and at Doncaster too. So I will be around, because I've missed not being here. And I've missed it. It's really quiet on the group, which it's not that good, is it? Because we pride ourselves on being, good and lively. So yeah, and there's not much going on in it. So I'm hoping to rejig it a bit. Look at me saving bits of paper. It's stupid, but I've got that right side as well. Got these bags. £39p for 10. Easy. Right. But they're just the right size for all your stuff. I'm not going to say they're hugely strong, but for what I want, my little doofus like that, that's perfect. Right. I am going. Bye. See you later.